My name is Minesh Parikh, and I had the honor of working with Professor Bhan for about 3 years. First as an intern in the year 1987, and then after I graduated, I worked with him for 2 years again. And I would like to pay my handful of flowers in the memory of this great person. I will remember him as a teacher and a professional that he was, and then as a human being. So when I started working with him my first assignment or my first job was to work on a project called Shakti Style, which was a memorial built in the memory of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And it had an earth mound which went up 6 meters from the ring road to create a tranquil and serene space on the other side of the mound where people would pay Shraddhanjali to the Prime Minister. And till date, I don't know of any landscape professional who had the confidence of doing a 6-meter high mound and the finesse to do it gently as it was done, and to do it with the thought of cutting the noise, which was the din of noise on the ring road of the vehicular, traffic. So that opened my eyes to what landscape can do and what, various. Today, when somebody visits Shakti Style, what appeals to them is the cosmetic aspect of, placement of various rocks. But there was an inherently built-in design intent which creates a noiseless and tranquil space on the other side, which you miss when you go to the other samadhis, except in case of Rajghat, the same quietness is achieved because the samadhi area is sunken in the ground. So such was the finesse and such was the knowledge, the sensitivity for noise which existed 35 years before today. Because today we are very sensitive to noise because noise is, in the cities, is a big problem. So that was the great man that he was. I had the honor of working on Ayodhya Ghats and then, Andrewsganj housing and a couple of other projects, but I also visited many of the projects that he built. And the work that Professor Bhan did in the landscape department, which was the study of the New Delhi Ridge, was really path-breaking work. Even today, it is a reference material for the study of the ridge that we do. He also did with Mahesh Paliwal the study of the defense colony Nala, which we call Barapula. And that also was a remarkable piece of research. So Akshar has touched the family side of his life, and I will, dwell more on the professional side. I have received several messages from various parts of the country, Pune and Kerala and Mumbai and Calcutta, of condolences and people expressing their thoughts. So in these words, I am expressing the condolence messages of our organization, the Indian Society of Landscape Architects, and our institution, the School of Planning and Architecture, and also the Delhi Urban Art Commission, to which he contributed a lot. The other aspect that I would like to touch upon was that he was a great human being, very kind-hearted. When I was working with him, it was the year 1990 and 1991 and 92. And first, there was this threat of war in Kuwait, and people started coming back. And the first one to return was Mahesh Paliwal, whom Professor Bhan helped settle down here. The second one I knew was Krishan Singhal, who was finally absorbed in the office, and he led some of the work on Andrewsganj housing. And in those days, there was also these refugees coming from Kashmir, and we would see in the Bhan residence, the relatives and friends, and they were in the drawing room, and they were in the lawn, and they were in the balcony, and he offered them shelter and food, and they stayed there for a while before finding their own place in the city. So I offer him a Shraddhanjali as a genius landscape architect that he was, as a guru to me, because all his learnings stay with me till date and they stand in good stead. He taught values which stand the test of time. Those were the days of, there were rapidographs, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, which today people don't know about. And there was that 8590 tracing paper, and we used to always keep doing and redoing the drawings on these. And also I pay respects to him as a very kind-hearted human being that he was. He was exacting in his work, and he had a soft side as a human being. He has, this great soul has transcended from this mortal world to be one with the God Almighty. And we are sad at his departure, but we are also, I am happy that he has completed his journey, and a very meaningful journey, leaving behind a happy and well-cared and well-nourished family, a large fraternity of professionals and students and employees whom he taught and nurtured and made something out of, and a legacy for our country, because he set up the department and he established the systems which we follow till date. So on behalf of many, many, many hearts and minds, I pay homage to my Guru. Thank you.